Welcome to the FootyHub Podcast, where we basically talk about football and everything there is to talk about. So before we dive deep into whatever we have to say today, I would like you guys to drop like a mini intro about yourself before we go into what we have to discuss tonight.
So we're going
Okay, I
first.
was like, exactly. I was going to say how we go with that. Okay, I'm Andrew, also known as Oxano, football analyst, Chelsea fan. It's good to be here. It's good to be on the pod with Johnny, Prinz, and Rwang. Seen a couple of interesting games this midweek, and it feels good to get in to just talk about it. Look into the weekend games too, and just get let's just get these conversations going, yeah. And I'm really looking forward to see who I'm going to banter because I think they're going to banter me too. So yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rwang. Madrid fan, football lover, Nigerian football lover. Nice to be on the pod with you guys. Yeah, looking forward to what we'll discuss today. So yeah,
Tonight. So Barcelona actually defeated Newcastle 2-1 with a wonderful performance from Marcus Rashford. And I would lie to you, the St. James's Park atmosphere was up for it today, but Barcelona will always be Barcelona. I mean, so I don't know what you guys think about today's game. I know Barcelona has actually gotten the headlines today, but yeah,
I'll say Rashford has the headlines today. He has the headlines on everywhere lately. Look at your friends' WhatsApp status. Just look at Twitter. What's trending on Twitter? It's Rashidi, my guy. Rashidi Man is the problem, bro. Yeah, you see. So I think St. James Park really came out to the fans really came out to frustrate Barcelona. They were loud. See, I saw the portion where they highlighted the Barcelona fans who were just at the top, and so they really couldn't get their voices out. And the atmosphere was good, and the players really came out. The first half, I was having a conversation with my brother here, and I was like, I wouldn't have expected to see a first half draw, a goalless draw in this game, and they've really held Newcastle held big ups to Eddie Howe though. They really held their own. In the second half, it came crumbling, and like I said, man, Marcus Rashford in form is just we know him to be here and there from time to time. He has this moment where he goes like 10 games, he's unstoppable, and then he disappears for the rest of the season. But we can't deny the fact that Marcus Rashford, he has got it. That talent is there, the ability is there. He just needs to find that consistency, and hopefully Hansi Flick might just deliver on that for him this season. But from what I've seen in this game, bro, come on, man. At this
It
point, you
just
want a
seems that
Rashford in your
it
team.
just it just seems
I
anyone who is
mean,
Man United just goes on to have a I don't know, just goes on to have a purple patch of form and everything. And this guy was there at the stadium today.
Manchester
this
United
is
is the
Manchester.
problem at this point, bro.
Thomas Tuchel was there, and the goal scorers were all to Anthony Gordon and Marcus Rashford. So that was interesting too. So, but very good game, very good game. I did not expect a goal let draw.
I thought it was an interesting game. Honestly, I expected Barcelona to take the lead in the first half. I was surprised they didn't. And
Because
honestly, the first goal came from nothing. I did not expect that either from Rashford, from nothing. And the second goal,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that second goal,
amazing
worldy.
goal, no
Oh
tapping.
yeah, honestly, I expected a win.
absolute,
I expected a
absolute
win.
worthy, man.
I expected a win from Barcelona. Honestly, they didn't do what I was not expecting. I knew there would be too much for Newcastle, but I was surprised Newcastle didn't take advantage of their height, like the height situation, because they have over 6 or 7 players, no, 6 players over 6 foot. I thought they were going to like take advantage of
Yeah.
that, just like Arsenal. I was surprised they did it because
Again,
Voldemort didn't
the
start.
first two corners
You
were
have Cher that is over 6 foot,
short corners.
Dan Bond 6 foot. So
I expected to see around ball from Eddie though, but he still turned up.
yeah, Newcastle they
I was
don't play
making a
around
point on
ball.
what you were saying. I was making a point on what you were saying about the Newcastle high. Even though they had the height, they bench their I don't know 3 meter tall striker. And then the corners of the first two corners were very short corners. We didn't go to them.
Yes, exactly. Like I was surprised when I saw Trippier passing the corner kick, like passing and trying to. I expected him to cross the ball. You have Jolinton there, you have Dambon there, you have Fabian Schär there, you have Tonali. There are top players there.
See?
Gordon is 6'1".
Rashford,
These guys are not short,
Jolinton.
and you did not take advantage of that. Honestly, they shot themselves in the leg. But that's that for the game, Sha.
So I'm asking this now to the general, like for everybody. Do you think Barcelona is currently over reliant on Lamine Yamal?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I think every team has their
No,
talisman though. Every team has their talisman, but I don't think so. I really don't think
I
so.
don't think
And it's
I
easy
don't
to
even think
think.
it's their talisman. I still believe Rafinha is
You
their
don't
best
think it's
player.
their talisman?
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, Yamal is a star. He's a star. The hype around him, the ability, and somehow he knows how to affect the game, and he knows how to change. Of course, I do feel the game has been livelier with Yamil on the pitch. Yes, I do think so, but I don't think
I
that
agree.
I don't think it took anything away from Barcelona really in that game. We saw other players even come in and have a good time. I just think that Eddie Howe did set up a very good a very good setup to counter the attack of Barcelona. And for the first half, it seemed like it was working, but then Dr. Rashford did his thing, and
Talking about Chelsea, talking about Chelsea now, they got schooled by
Chelsea.
Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich. Andrew, what do you have to say about that game?
Woo! That game, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to talk from a fan perspective.
I
Yeah.
mean, feel free.
So for me, um, I expected an interesting show up, even though we know that this Chelsea game is a lot of excitement. Kompany's first game for Chelsea in the Champions League. We expected the show off, but then again, Bayern is always strong. I don't think it's a period we've known a weak Bayern in this team. Bayern is always strong. Confidence coming off that big start in the Bundesliga, and the game started well. I feel like Chelsea did started the game well, and they could have had that. If they'd taken the early opportunities, they could have taken the game by the neck. But it just wasn't that day, and it just wasn't that day. And then a lot of mistakes. You don't make those kind of mistakes around a striker like Harry Kane. It's not Nicolas Jackson.
I think personally for me, I feel like the game was dominated by individual errors from the defense to the midfield. I mean, Gusto was a culprit. Caicedo
Was a culprit.
also.
What was that tackle? Oh my God! What was that tackle? Caicedo, which been very, very dependable in recent months. That tackle was just. I understand trying to go for the ball, but it's Harry Kane, bro. Like, I don't know. The lot of individual errors really, really cost us the game. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
outside the
mean,
box,
it takes a sharp
King
striker
was
like,
to pounce on your
that
mistakes. Outside of the box, inside of the box, you don't make a mistake around the striker like that. No.
King was very
an
smart.
absolutely bad day at the office for Chelsea, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was a
Oh
bad day.
my!
It was a bad day, and if I'm to point fingers, I point quite a lot of fingers. So we'll just take it as a generally a bad show for the team. And of which I felt like the goalkeeper Sanchez had a good game. Before
Yeah,
conceding that, even after conceding the goal,
Sanchez was on top of his game.
I felt like the team failed Sanchez in that game because Sanchez really came out to show up. Right from the first half, Sanchez
Yeah,
was keeping. Come on, Harry Kane, Olise, everybody was trying that one, and despite the fact that you don't give Sanchez the credit that he deserves. Personally, I don't give Sanchez the credit that he deserves, but I think the team just didn't turn up just as it did, and all of those errors. Now, my next has to go back to the drawing board. And with Manchester United coming this weekend, yeah, I think something interesting might happen.
Top game.
So I'm going to move to Prince now. Arsenal defeated Bilbao 2-0 in a game that I felt like was going to go Bilbao's way in the first half, but Arsenal somehow secured the 3 points with Martinelli coming on a few seconds after. I mean,
36 seconds. 36 seconds. That's a UCL record. But anyway, what I would just say is that, like you said, obviously after the match 2-0, you feel it's a comfortable win. For the game or the first 20 minutes, I thought Athletic got chances to score. But as usual with Arsenal, our defense is very, very strong. So we handled that very, very well. It was there in comparison to Newcastle's atmosphere. Bilbao Stadium was like that too. It was their first time back in the Champions League after 11 years. So the place was ferocious. Everyone was pumped up. The fans, you would just feel the red and white. So the first 20, 25 minutes, they were all over us. So I just thought that time, maybe this was going to be a draw. But from the second half, everything just changed. Once he just made those changes, he took out Gyökeres for Trossard, which was very, very surprising to me when it was new. I think most fans felt like, wow, why would you take out your goal scorer for Trossard? But he took out Trossard, and if you could notice, their play styles are very, very different. Gyökeres is someone who likes to get in behind his team, is strong. But Trossard is like someone that's small, slight, he likes to come short. He was the one who gave the assist to Martinelli. And that was because he came short to do I think it was big into their own half. Then lead up after that 6 seconds. There was Martinelli. The player Arsenal fans like to hate. The player Arsenal fans do not want their
I mean, he
very
came to the
similar.
rescue.
Yeah, they came
He
up with
scored
the
a
goals.
very similar goal to like he scored. I think he scored that kind of goal 3 times now. He scored that kind of goal against Sevilla when he ran against the boys. The same thing he did against Madrid. He ran from the halfway line to score. The same thing. These similar goals just against Chelsea. But yeah, it was a very, very interesting way. It just showed what the task now. So onwards and upwards, hopefully it continues. So yeah, 0 makes it comfortable. I never thought they were going to score. So they didn't really have any chance. I think they had just one shot on time. But yeah, it was a comfortable win. So we're looking forward to what he's going to play now against Manchester City. What he likes to do. So because it's at Emirates, I don't think he's going to play Zubimendi, Rice, Amorim. If it was at Etihad, he might play that. He did the same thing against Liverpool at Anfield. But since we're at home, the onus is on us to attack. So I do believe, I'm not sure what's going to do. Odegaard is not fit enough to start that game. I don't think it's going to trust me to start that game. So maybe he's going to play as a. That's kind of what I expect. And if you go to join the Bilbao game too, Saliba did not come on. Saliba did not play that game. He didn't even come on from the bench. So it'll be interesting as well to see Saliba. Most fans think Mosquera might start. If he starts, nobody will raise an eyebrow if he starts. Nobody will be shocked if he starts. But Arsenal are negotiating a contract with Saliba. If Saliba is fit, he wants to expect him to start. It's interesting to see who he plays in the number 10. He's going to stay with Mourinho. We'll see. 6 games, is it game week 5 already against Man City? We played Man United, we played Liverpool, and now
Yeah.
Man City. So, you know, get the hard things out early, and then we'll see how it goes, even with the injured player. So Arsenal really, they're really doing well. They're showing how important it is to have a good for depth. So hopefully they come out on top on Sunday, I think.
Speaking about hard games, we've got Manchester United versus Chelsea on Saturday, and for one, I personally think that game would definitely end in a draw because from the previous fixtures we've seen, going to Old Trafford for Chelsea has actually been difficult. So
Yeah.
for me, it's a draw. I don't know about Andrew's opinion, but me as a Chelsea fan, I think it's going to end in a draw.
Uh, I don't. I think. I don't think history is going to be a factor in this game. And this is not me talking as a fan, but I think from what I've seen from Enzo Maresca and this Chelsea team in the last few months, they tend to bounce back after a loss. And Manchester United team, by Manchester United standards, have not been great. Even with all of the investment that they've had over the summer, they've really not been great. They've had flashes. They did bring in some very, very interesting talents. They had Sesko, Mbemo, Kunha. They brought in valuable names, trusted legs, but that's not really gelled for them yet. And then again, the new goalkeeper, we don't know what to expect from him yet. I have been excited to face Onana, but Onana is not there anymore, so I don't know. We don't know much to expect from him. But then again, I expect, I expect a showing from Chelsea at Old Trafford. Despite knowing that Old Trafford has not been a favorable ground for the Blues in the last couple of years, I expect that this particular game is going to be one where the boys want to give a little bit of grit. The ones that are trying to show. We draw our last game in the Premier League against Brentford. The last minute, I think these boys want to show up. These guys who want to show that they are champions, they're club World Cup champions, and it needs to show. These are the kind of games that you need to win. If you want to be champion, you need to win games like this. When I, and that is something that we need to borrow from the teams like Liverpool. I see how Liverpool go into games and somehow, I feel like there's a Diego Jota something going on there. This guy is just sending them
I
bonus
mean,
points from heaven. I don't know, because
for
they
real,
just seem
for
to
real.
find the way to win games, and that's the stuff of champions. That's how you know teams that are going to be champions. And that's what I think Chelsea is missing. Chelsea has that, we've not found that instinct to kill off a game. It's not just there yet. There's always that feeling of when you're watching the Chelsea game and Chelsea concedes, there's always that shaky feeling that, okay, something is going to happen. Especially with Cole out for the rest of the season. All of our other options, you know, there are just other options at this point. Yeah. We can't pick one person that is a standout performance. Not Chaluba, not Tosin, not Achempong. Like, even the that could play in that position has not been tested. So we don't know what to expect. But I do believe Chelsea has the attacking options. And then finally, I think Garnacho has a point to prove. I really want to see that that is celebration beside it. I like to see, next time I saw it was at Old Trafford. I'd like to see it at Old Trafford again. So for me, the first name on the team sheet for the Chelsea's game at Old Trafford is not Kompany. It's Garnacho, bro. Garnacho starts that game. I don't want to see anybody on that wing. I want to see Garnacho running at anybody. Who? Ballot, Shaw. I don't care who is going to be on that wing. That good. The guy is going to be there. If he wants to play us this weekend, he should lace up. I want to see Garnacho running at this. I want to see all that pent up anger, all that attitude. He needs to show me that he's worth 40M. He needs to show me that whatever I'm seeing at whatever Madueke is producing at Arsenal. Yeah, so I want to see today's Rashidi and Garnacho. Basically, that's what I want to see, because I'm one of those fans, Chelsea fans, that is still not into the Garnacho. Of course, he's signed for us now. He's on the team. We are going to back him regardless. But it's not just a name that gets me off my seat. This is the game for it to happen. This is the game, and not just for me, for a lot of Chelsea fans out there. This is the game for Garnacho to set it up. And we're really looking forward to it. Like I said, I truly believe this is the game. Chelsea is going to change that history at Old Trafford. Manchester United have had a whole week of rest, no international football, sorry, intercontinental football commitments. So you could say they have fresh legs and all, but I think these boys, I think my boys have it in them to give us a result.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the early kickoff on Saturday, which is the Merseyside derby.
What can we say? Diego Jota is going to send a miracle. What can we say? I like what David Moyes is doing at Everton. I think I really like what he's doing at Everton. I like. Come on, Grealish, yo, Grealish has been. Grealish is one of those players I wished I signed. I bought on my FPL. It's one of those players that I just thought and said, no, don't expect much, and then he just made us eat our words. So, I think players like Grealish, players like Dewsbury Hall, Beto Raga, I think they have what it is to cause upset in that Liverpool defense. But again, this Liverpool team has not shown much sign of weakness. Even when they are weak, they seem to find a way to deliver victory. And I trust Liverpool in games like this to deliver. As much as I love what David Moyes is doing at Everton, I don't see a victory for them. I I don't now, especially at this point now. I don't see Liverpool dropping points in this derby. Maybe the next one, for this one, they will go try and see giving us points now. Now
Prince, what are your thoughts about the Merseyside derby? Who do you think would win?
I think it's going to be a narrow win for them. They usually always find a way to win this, especially at Anfield. If it was at the new Emirates Stadium, the ridiculous stadium, then maybe I would expect to go on. You know, expect to now you know, just because of the this time to win. Yeah.
they have the quality. This Liverpool team, they have the quality. We've not seen Isak in a Liverpool shirt in the Premier League yet. I think Isak would want to show up. I think he would want to show out. He's in direct competition with Etikite, who has been impressive so far. If you are slot right now, you have an interesting problem. You have two center forwards that are banging and bringing in the goals. You have interesting wingers to support them. So it's a good place to be in. I really don't see Everton posing much of a threat to Liverpool. Uh, it's going to be how it has always been. They're going to try. There's going to be the huff and puff, and then there's probably going to be an 89th minute winner from Van Dijk. So I don't see the Everton making it in this one now.
My FPL, please not that guy.
So I mean that's that for the Merseyside derby. That's for the Merseyside derby. So moving on now, we're going to be talking about Manchester United and Ruben Amorim.
You know, when you look at Ruben Amorim's 3-4-3, you begin to wonder, this is not the same 3-4-3 Antonio Conte used to win the league. Like, I don't know. I think we're going to have to come to the agreement that Manchester United is the problem. Come on. Yeah, only that last guy used that formation. He worked for him. Conte has used that formation in two different leagues, in two different countries to win the league. So, funny enough, I think I can't remember the exact formation that Sporting were on with Amorim. I think it was a 4-3-3. I don't think it was a 3-4-3. But I don't know why it has not worked for him so far. I really don't know why it has not worked for him so far. But I don't know. I don't hope it works for them before the Chelsea game. Hopefully after then, maybe something will work out for them. But then again, I think he's on eggshells. If this was any other club side aside Arsenal, it would have been shown the way out. I think aside from Arsenal, no other team gives coaches this kind of this. This would not have happened at Chelsea. This would not have happened at Liverpool. This one can happen at Real Madrid. So I think he's working on eggshells. I think maybe he has grace till the next
But
international football holidays to improve the team's fortunes. And if it doesn't happen, I really don't think he should be there because at this point they are probably going to be relegated. Facts.
31 points from
So, Prince, what are
31.
your thoughts about Ruben Amorim and Manchester United?
That's piss poor. 31 points from 31 games. That's very bad. The only saving grace I think is that Ratcliffe
Bro.
is a manager who wants to save money. And I don't think he wants to I don't think he wants to spend that compensation money yet. So he's just holding on biding his time. Hopefully it all works out. They've given him the players that he needs or that should fit his system. They've taken out the players he doesn't want. The Sanchos, the Rashfords, the Hoylunds, who seem to be better elsewhere. It's McTominay. And then he's gotten the players who should be doing well. What I don't really understand, and I think Man United fans too are very angry at this, when he compares the position that Mainly played and the position that Bruno Fernandes played, saying that interchangeable, saying that Mainly fighting for his place with Bruno Fernandes. Almost as if he believes that Kobe Mine is not going to play again or he's not going to stop Fernandes to that position. So some of these things I won't convince Man United fans. These are the things I want to know about. But if I can remember from the first match we played against Man United at Old Trafford last night, after the game, he came out and said during his press conference that we've shown that we can beat anyone. I remember after that game, most people thought Arsenal won the match, so we're not at our best. We have gotten more than 0%, but at least it's a draw. So maybe that game that still we think the points to that is was very poor. But last season, he tended to win the big game, or he tended not to win. Man City, Liverpool, so who knows? Maybe he'll still stick. If it doesn't improve by the end of the year, towards November, October, it's a well playing job. They won't be short of options.
Why? There's Danny Neville, there's Rooney.
There's time to.
I mean, there is
Yeah.
Southgate available
There's
if you
Mike
ask me.
Lampard. Come on. I think Lampard will soon be out of a job. What do you mean there are no options?
Southgate was interviewed for this role. I don't know. Maybe he might take it. But even Amorim seems to be surprised that he's still in the job. He seems to be surprised that he still has this job. He's expected to be sacked. But he hasn't been sacked. So he might continue. That's a surprising thing. Yeah, he said it. He was expected to be sacked. He thought he would be sacked.
No. I don't know. I don't know. It must have a playing model at this point. It must really have a playing model because I don't know. 30, like you said, 31 points from 31 games, bro. That's abysmal. Come on. If I arrange 11 boys in Guarimpa here in Abuja and we play against Manchester United right now, I'm quite confident we'll get the point. Like it's at this point where it's as if there is no confidence going forward. And honestly, I don't go with the train of thought that because they had a good game against Arsenal, they are back. No, we've seen a lot of teams have one good game and go back to their factory reset. Come on, that doesn't change anything. We've seen teams that when they need to play some of their especially derby games, they do turn up. Every time you see Sunderland playing Newcastle, it is a feast, bro. So I don't see Manchester United turning up against Arsenal as a vantage point for the season, as a vantage point for no. Everybody expected them to show up to put up a good game. It is Manchester United versus Arsenal for crying out loud. Come on. In any climb, that is a big game. In preseason, that is a big game. In postseason, that is a big game. Game week 3, that is a very big game, bro. A very, very big game. And turning up in a game like that, they are coming out to say, okay, yeah, now we can run show that with the best. Are you kidding me? You just lost to Grimsby, bro. Grimsby. Oh, please.
I think
Nah, I don't subscribe
I
to that.
mean, disappointing so far from Amorim, man. So disappointing. I mean, I think we've come to the end of the pod today, and big shout out to everybody for joining the pod, and hopefully we'll be back on Sunday to review the weekend games. And yeah, so I mean, hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah,
the boys.
thanks for having us on the pod. Thanks for having me on the pod. Was great. It was a good time. Thanks for having Prinz here also, and my guy at the top. Like network is not allowing to stay long. But yeah, it was good to have everybody. Yeah.
Wait,